Ekonene. Another headline ilikuwa na make news jana, ilikuwa history. High Court declares 2.75% SHIF deduction from gross income illegal. Justice Muita rules it amounts to double taxation and violates income tax law. So hii ndio story ilibaki imetokea. Of course stories za SHIF zimekuwa zikileta very big debate. Wase wengi wameumia sana under hii regime because their Nini, like pay slips zimekuwa like invaded and just devoured by this government. Kama si SHA ni story za housing, so kumekuwa na hiyo nonsense. So wasol kwa try kupetition against this and what ended up happening ilipatikana ikiwa illegal. But kitu moja ilikuwa interesting ni in a very quick rejoinder, kuna vile the Ministry of Health walibaki release position statement, date ni 23rd June 2025. Alafu ilikuwa ni SHA 2.75% contribution remains in effect as per the current legal framework. So hii ni letter ilikuwa imeandikwa na Duale. Alafu letter yenyewe ikaendelea ikasema the Ministry of Health acknowledges the High Court's decision in petition E524 of 2024, Clarence Eboso versus the Ministry of Health and SHA, delivered by Justice Muita on June 13, 2025. I think walikuwa na maisha June 23rd. Alafu wakaendelea, this petition challenged the transition of data from the National Health Insurance Fund to SHA, as well as the statutory 2.75% contribution to the Social Health Insurance Fund, SHIF. The court, recognizing that the core issues raised in the petition are already under active consideration by the Court of Appeal, declined to issue any orders and struck out the petition. We wish to reassure Kenyans that and our institutional partners that the 2.5% contribution remains legally in force and is now recognized as tax deductible under the Tax Laws Amendment Act 2024. Then wakaendelea, SHA continues to operate within the legal framework provided by the Universal Health Coverage Laws and the Social Health Insurance Act and the Digital Health Act and the Primary Health Care Act, all of which are designed to uphold equity, financial protection and access to quality health services for all Kenyans. Then ikamalizia na we remain committed to a transparent, rights-based and citizen-centered transition from NHIF to SHA system. Data protection and continuity of service remain top priorities throughout this process. Mnajuaga views zangu on SHA. SHA on paper is a very good idea. SHA, if it was done at the right price, was a very good idea. But the fact that SHA has been inflated 7 times, I'll keep singing about that. The SHA e-digitization ya SHA inasemekana ita cost 104 billion in the next 10 years. But I sat down with someone who understands history zote za data centers, and what did they tell me? They told me that this thing on the higher side for those 10 years should cost 13 billion. That means 91 billion is going into individual pockets. So it's a very noble idea, but the way it's being done is just to loot Kenyans. These guys are on a looting spree. Then kwa hii nini walimalizia na SHA acknowledges the important role of our courts in shaping public administration and policy. We continue to engage stakeholders across sectors as we implement a more inclusive, accountable and future-ready national health insurance framework. We invite all Kenyans to work on this journey toward a healthier, more secure future. Then Aden Duale. I'd want to speak with a lawyer and ask the lawyer, like, what did this thing mean? Because according to our, wanasema ni kama hii ruling ilikuwa inconsequential. Everything continues like it's always been. So was this, like, why was the court case there? I don't know, and I'm not a lawyer. So kawe ni mtu ninijua tu 2.75 bado itaendelea kutolewa, because that's what Duale amesema. Na tunajua hapa Kenya the executive so far imekuwa ikiharia sana the judiciary, but we'll see. And kutoka hapo another story pia nilicheck interesting, kwa 25% of complaints against the police come from within the force while 75% are from members of the public, IPOA says. Hii 25% ya within the force, I'd want to know, is it that tumesikiaga stories za kuna vile these police bosses normally ask the junior officers to go out there and take bribes and they give them even targets? Is it that? I don't know. Is it other officers seeing other officers who are dirty and trying to expose them? That would be strange. But I don't know. I found this to be super interesting. But what do I think about Akina IPOA? IPOA, after the whole debacle tumeona ile imehappen na history ya Lagat, and the way Lagat has been found to be super clean and the junior officers are all going to be like prosecuted. It shows me the way IPOA is a joke. Najua kuna best yangu ashainiambiaga vitu zake zilichukuliwa na makarao na IPOA helped him to recover his stuff, so there is that level. But when it comes to that really top level ya akina IG Lagat, I think IPOA is just useless. It's just there to, I don't know, just exist. But those people are untouchable. And especially if the president is your friend and you can just call the president. Because I always laugh every time I hear the president talking about the fact that the police are independent. Which police are independent? The same police that are planning to brutalize Kenyans on Wednesday. Those ones are independent. What if they are not independent? What would they do? Najua, because we know they are going to brutalize us on Wednesday. That's a fact. And as they brutalize us, another thing that tunanid kujua ni we might be crying hakuna pesa, but kulikuwa na hii headline on Monday. The headline was State House gets another 890 million for renovations. So kwa wase wana expect kwenda huko Wednesday, jueni renovations zinafanywa. And yes, alafu kitu ilikuwa interesting ni Wednesday, of course kuna the protests. Na the protests zikikuwa nini inaenda ku happen, most probably damu itamwagika. And the president is there wearing his red bottom shoes. I always joke that his red bottom shoes inakuwaga, your red is from the blood of all the Kenyans that have been dying lately, needlessly, mostly for just criticizing the government. And that means that unafaa kwenda, which is scary. Like tuko na hii system ile wasona believe that they are beyond reproach. Like you're just supposed to praise them. Nakumbuka vile kwa tumebonga like in a previous video the plans to disrupt the protests and the way it's kama ni kudedisha watu tutadedisha tutapepeta tutanini, like that whole disregard for human life. But still tukikam to hii 890, because I keep saying, me personally on a personal level, I think the Wednesday protests should just be within the CBD. It should be about the people we've lost in nonsense ya kutry to overthrow Gava because we are unhappy. Just know it. No, according to me, I don't support it. Why? I've been unhappy with a lot of governments and I've never wanted to overthrow any because I think it's not the way to do it. Let's just do it through the ballot. But yes, 890 meant for renovations. Yeah. So if you're there wondering why they can't renovate Kenyatta National Hospital, ama they can't renovate Pumwani, I don't know if Pumwani is also a national hospital, but it's a maternity. Just know they are busy renovating his State House. I think the amount of money they've spent on this, I don't know, for the past few years, you're there wondering, like, what is this they're renovating for 890 million? Because with 890 million, I think that's enough to create a new State House without inflating budgets. That's enough. Because if a 3-bedroom house, kuna mse fulani ni check majuzi alikuwa ameadvertise anaweza build ya say a 3-bedroom house precast. Boy wetu anaitwa Kibaru. Wasema inaweza cost around 993,000. That's what he was saying. That's for a 3-bedroom. How many 3-bedrooms does this State House have? Because let's say if 1 million inatengeneza 3-bedroom, 890 million would tengeneza 2,700 blah 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 bedrooms. That means 890 million is enough to build a whole other State House. But this is for renovations. Tafakari ya babu. Another interesting thing, story niliona ni kuna kitu ile Nelson Havi alikuwa ameandika lamenika, the repeal of the Computer Misuse and Cybercrimes Act is long overdue. Many Kenyans have died in the name of the act. We do not need it. Let us see how our crocodile-teared members of National Assembly handle the petition submitted to them in that regard. I don't think they're going to handle this petition, if you are to ask me. And the reason why I don't think they're going to do that is right now, ODM iko kwa serikali. Na ODM ikikuwa kwa serikali, it's see no evil, hear no evil, acheki, and speak no evil. So basically, the president can do whatever he wants to do. And so far, what the president wants to do, especially with your Optimus 3.0, is to misuse it. And people are going to be grabbed from their houses. And now try and imagine that happening under Lagat IG ship. I don't know if that's what I'm supposed to call it, but when Lagat finally ascends to that seat, what's going to happen? Juu Lagat mwenyewe kumbuka, Albert Ojwang alienda hivyo just for posting some random post, itakuwa go discipline him, and it seems he's going to get away literally with murder. So what's going to happen now that he'll be at the helm with Optimus 3.0 that's supposed to be used to monitor social media? So yes, I understand hiki kitu nani anasema, but unless it's fought in the courts, I feel like it's too late. The parliament right now is useless. Hii parliament ya saa hizi, it's just there to rubber stamp everything that Ruto wants. Ruto akisema jump, watu wana jump. Sema watu wana nini. So yeah, but it's good that someone is talking about it. Yes, it's good, but will anything happen? I don't think so. But in Kenya, maybe tuendelee kungoja tuone what's going to happen. But yeah, those are some of the few headlines zile nafuatilia. Eko nene.